The final day at the Waterloo, the biggest event in the Crown Green bowling calendar. A mammoth event this, 2,048 bowlers entered way back in July. They played on greens all over the place at various times with the single aim of reaching this day. But only 8 made it, of course, and here they are. The quarter-final lineup in the first game played today. Glyn Cookson beat the young Andy Buckley, 18 years old, 21-12. Then R Eaton, the farmer from Cheshire, beat Peter Fielding 21-16. The games to come, the big one, Burrows Duncan versus N Burrows and Roy Nicholson versus J Ashcroft. So the two players we'll be seeing in action in a moment. You couldn't get a better pedigree than both of them have. Burrows Duncan versus N Burrows. If I can put it into perspective for you, in tennis it's like Ivan Lendl playing Boris Becker, or in golf it's like Seve Ballesteros playing Greg Norman. In detail, Burrows Duncan, twice former winner of the Waterloo, 43 years old, the Baxi Club in Preston. In the last 16 he beat Stan Boston 21-15. He's the defending champion. His opponent, N Burrows, 43 years old, his club, the Sale Excelsior. In the last 16 he beat Tony Poole 21-12. So there it is, a really big occasion. We join it on the 13th end. N Burrows is in front, he's leading 12-11.
Down and away, no time wasted.
Listen to the murmur. Build up now. Build up. Then the applause. Here it comes. Another great ball. There they are. Just warmed up a bit now.
Yes, Harry, whoever wins this, they're going to feel very pleased with themselves.
He just touched the jack. He's done. Oh, he's done it. You wouldn't believe. Just can't believe this stuff here. It's marvellous. Still running. Got to hit something. Might go through the gap. He's done it. Oh, what a brilliant end. Well, what an end after that. You've never seen, you know, I mean, you've seen thousands of them sent and matches played all over the place, but you get 4 balls there, everyone a vital part, and Duncan comes up with a wonder ball after Burrows had sat him out and counted a double.
Marvellous, marvellous. Just what the crowd have been waiting for, isn't it? This has really woke everyone up. They're really lapping this up. What a good wood here coming up from Noel. Oh, what a good reply. Marvellous ball again.
Duncan left one a bit short, but this one's certainly getting up to the end, but he's on the bottom side. Can't win. To Burrows. Squares the match at 13 apiece, so that's going to be unlucky for one, Arthur.
13 apiece. Ooh, what the bookmakers shouting now. They've gone very quiet. You can't hear them shouting at all.
Got a bit of a bubble earlier doors. They went a little bit bigger on Burrows, because they felt that Duncan had rubbed the start off now and the match was on a level basis. Started off that Burrows actually was favourite to win the heat at 4-5. But Duncan has proved that the start isn't going to be too big of an obstacle to him. Burrows in red here, down, trying to find a good ball. Certainly got some sort of a chance. This it might go a long way past the jack, but the crowd are telling us that there's no doubt that that's won it.
Yes.
Flying, got a peg, might hit the back ball, no, gone.
Burrows won. Is this the first time, Harry, that Noel's gone in front in the game? Is it a little bit of a sign what's coming off?
No, he hit the front at 12-11 actually, Arthur, but he enjoyed that experience a little bit earlier on, but nevertheless there's nothing in the match now. It's just a nip and tuck job, each player beating each other's leads in turn. Both of them looking for a place where they can get some chalks. Bit of room. Duncan not likely to let him count that. There's the new one. Listen to the crowd, they'll give you some idea of what sort of a chance this ball has. Come on, Noel, through the gap and gone. It's tight, is he going to hit the short ball? Let him off.
Duncan won.
Rather surprising that, Arthur, wasn't it? Duncan's not usually that generous.
No, there's a chap there, see, he could have got two very easy. It would have been no problem for him. But that's a situation where Brian normally gets two there. 14 across.
Duncan back again in his favourite corner, looking for a bit of a break here, having all sorts of problems with Burrows. Two great players here, playing at the top of their form, entertaining the crowd and showing people why they are really great champions. Burrows left it just a little bit short. $14 apiece, don't forget the game level, 21 up. Duncan started on 3, Burrows on 5. Duncan being penalised 2 chalks for being the current holder of the Waterloo title. Over to the crowd there, Brian, just to tell them not worry. You'll be round drawing your coppers in the final. Burrows just having a bit of a walk round the garden and then back on the mat. They played at the end on the bottom side. It's climbing. Could it be short? He's nearly won it. There's clear running. Towards marvellous. Oh, he played the applause from the crowd, and again Burrows digging one of these balls. A young fella out there hoping one day perhaps he'll be as good as Burrows.
Harry, you won't see them come much better than that one, will you? What a ball to play at that stage.
Whenever Burrows plays one of those balls, you can always see that the Duncan supporters go that little bit paler in the crowd out. He can pick them out quite easy, as Burrows keeps digging these balls out. Left it. Left it. It's not won it, that. It's short. Burrows, all right. Pace is right. Go past the jack, not much. Roundabout, good ball. Could this be the break that Burrows is looking for? Burrows far enough, listen to the crowd. Got to miss that short ball, some sort of a chance this. He's won it this. Good ball, brilliant ball from Duncan. Full applause there from the crowd. Burrows might have been feeling a little bit confident, but Duncan provided the damper there with a brilliant ball. Listen to the crowd, listen. Oh, the chance won it. Certainly won it. He's played one inside, a football from Duncan. Promptly gets beaten. Duncan now playing up, he's not short, coming through, might drop in the bottom side. Done the jack, no, he's gone through the gap. Can't believe that, Duncan. Oh, big smiles there from Burrows. But Duncan, a shake of the head and wonder, how does he get through a gap that doesn't look as wide as his wood?
Burrows, one.
Wandering away around the back, bit sharp down there. Burrows knows that. He wanted to be just a little bit short of the jack, really. Here's the one with the milk in it. Good, beautiful ball. Now, can Burrows do another Paul Daniels job here and pull another magic ball out? Played at the end. Played a bit quick, turned his peg round, he's on the top side, he'll have to drop now, he's too high, can't come down. Gone away down. Duncan now. Just try and get another, but he's tight. It's tight, they're shouting too, but it could curl a long way short.
Duncan, one.
Wondering which way the match is going to go. Full of tipsters there, aren't they? Duncan down and off again, the level. They've peeled, as they say in bowling, which means they're level. They've peeled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in this match. At 5 and at 8, at 11, 14, 15 and 16, and they're still locked together. Died. Duncan got away there with a lead that's not a bad lead, but 2'6" hasn't meant a lot to these players. They've been licking balls a lot closer than that. He's played another one here, Duncan. Counts 2. Now can Burrows do it again? He's already done it 3 times when he's been 2 down. Producing marvellous balls. Listen to the crowd. Oh, big breakthrough for Duncan.
Duncan, 2.
Could be the break this, Arthur, couldn't it? Close home, a double to Duncan.
Yes, my word, what a double that was at that stage. 16 across, and then he gets a 2, takes him 18. Here he is coming up. Not really one of the Duncan special leads, but what a game this is developed into. Good reply from Noel. Not a bad wood at all on that mark.
Can Duncan produce the winner? Certainly far enough. And on the road, goes in this, wins it, no doubt. Real ball. Oh. Duncan counts this single. Burrows got the job to do here. He's on the top side, might do it. Clear on. He's done it. Oh, can't believe it, Burrows. Duncan there smiling.
Burrows, well.
He's done it. Done it. He turned his back on it, Burrows, as though he didn't want to know it. And Duncan threw the mat in the air, and which meant that Burrows had got the verdict. Ooh, 10-inch ball. Burrows give him some room. Can't do that. Now he's got to find one of his all-time specials here, Burrows. Certainly doing the trip. Stops a length, it could win it. He's going on the bottom side. He's played another bad ball. Duncan doesn't mess about, Arthur, does he? He got down there and whacked that one out like lightning.
Well, I think this is going to be a couple, I think. It's cocked up, but it's a dead length.
All right, now. Duncan, 2.
Oh. This game's going to be talked about over the pints tonight.
Well, Duncan now poised for victory. Wants 1 point to go into the semi-final of the Waterloo for the 2nd year in succession. He won the title last year, and if he wins it this year, he'll be the first man in the history of the tournament to win it 3 times. Played 1 roundabout, but Burrows has been beating these balls with regularity. Not out of it yet by any means. It's in the crowd, and again they're giving it some sort of a chance. Goes in the frame if it misses. Bad rub. Burrows played a perfect ball there.
No doubt.
Got a bit of a collision on its way to the jack and lies second. Duncan now looking to play 1 roundabout. He's got a bit petulant there, Brian. He fell out with himself, realised, put the ball away into no man's land. Burrows has got a really fine one here. Just listen now to the crowd and get their reaction. They'll tell you whether it's got some sort of a chance. Won it again. This man's done the impossible. Just won't lie down. Can't believe it, Duncan. Had a few problems over here, Burrows, Arthur, hasn't he, in leading. Last time he gave Duncan a double here, looking to make a good lead. The crowd tipping this to be a good ball, and it's died.
Yes, he's cut the green in half, Harry. If you notice, he's not gone quite as far as previously, but he's not made a good lead. Now then, is Brian going to capitalise on this? He's played 1.
Well, Duncan now lies game.
Duncan.
Stands to go again into the semi-final. Can this man Burrows deny him? It's a chance if it'll hold its head up. It's a chance. He weighed in. It's a shake hands. And an absolutely tremendous match. And Burrows lost 18-21 to Brian Duncan. Duncan winning a tremendous game.
Congratulations, Brian. You'll remember that one, surely.
A very good game, and obviously when you play Noel, you expect a good game, and I've just scraped home on the finish. I'm very delighted, really.
You got off to a good start, though, because you pulled the handicap back very quickly, didn't you?
Yeah, I was trying to, obviously, I want to get a good start, because if they get 2 or 3 chalks early on, I'm going to struggle like at 8-3 down. It's a long uphill battle, and I just hopefully I'll get a good start.
You must have thought as the game was going on, though, that you really couldn't shake him off, because he was with you all the time, producing some super woods.
Well, he did, and 1 or 2, let's say, very fortunate ends. He hit his own ball and knocked it in, and it was like nip and tuck all the way home. I just got home and...
Was the decisive point that double at 16 across that you counted?
Well, I think it was, and the previous end I should have got another one down the side here, really, which would have made me 19, and then I thought, when I got to 19, I thought, crikey, if I get beaten there, like, the handicaps beat me, but just kept going, and that was it.
Are you good friends, you and Noel, or is there some needle there?
No, we're best of friends, but obviously we're both good competitors, and when we get on the green, we both want to win.
There's still the prospect of a 3rd championship in sight. The semi-final lineup for the Waterloo looking like this. Glyn Cookson will play Rob Eaton, and in the second game, Brian Duncan will play Jack Ashcroft. Well, Arthur Murray, that's it's quite a good lineup, isn't it, for the semi-finals? I mean, we've had the Duncan Burrows game, which set us all alight, but there we are.
Yes, and then I think we got a little bit of an anti-climax, didn't we, with the Roy Nicholson. I think Roy didn't quite play up to his usual standard. I think you generally get it after you got the classic, didn't we, with Duncan and Burrows, and then Roy, the anti-climax came. Jack played far better than Roy Nicholson, and I think was a deserved winner in the end.
I think the question that everybody here will be asking is, can you see anybody stopping Brian Duncan now?
Well, in that form, personally, no. Glyn Cookson's the lad who might make him, you know, stutter a little bit on the way, but oh my, he's playing well, isn't he?
He certainly is, and we'll soon find out, because of course Glyn Cookson, the man you mentioned, is in action in our first semi-final. Glyn Cookson of Winsford against R Eaton from Cheshire as well. In detail, Glyn Cookson, 29 years old, Wharton Conservative Club. In the last 16, he beat Robinson 21-15, and in the quarter-final, he beat Buckley 21-12, his opponent. Robert Eaton, 24-year-old, a young man, a farmer, Good Companions Club. The last 16, he beat Scott 21-17, and in the quarter-final, Fielding 21-16. And so we join the first semi-final for the Waterloo 1987. It's Glyn Cookson to lead, and the commentary is from Harry Rigby.
Glyn Cookson leading the Jack for the first end in this semi-final, both on 5 starts, the game 21 up. Cookson in pink, so far been his lucky colour. His opponent is Robert Eaton from Holmes Chapel in Cheshire. There we see Robert, 24 years of age, and now Cookson gets on with the business. Second ball of the first end in the semi-final of the Blackpool Waterloo sweepstake. Eaton picks up the first chalk.
Eaton, 2.
Gets a double. Amazing. Certainly thought that Cookson had 1 to count, but Eaton, no mistake, in for a double. Played one. No lack of confidence, this young man. Cookson got to fight for it all the time. Two alike. Cookson just had a bit of a walk round there to see how the land lay. It must look a right mess from where he is on the mat, because as he stood one on the jack and got one almost on top of it. He may choose to play through at these. Certainly played fast. Nearly done him. Done one, certain. No, he's clipped it, but not taken it out and left a double. Well, Arthur, young Eaton, first class start.
Yes, Harry, what a marvellous occasion, isn't it, for this young man? Here we are, the green bathed in brilliant sunshine, drying out all the time. Oh, he'll cherish this for weeks and weeks to come, this young man will. Brilliant start for him.
And the crowd purring away here because good judges of running balls, they know that they're always finishing round about the jack. Oh, that Cookson's short. That's another. Oh, Cookson's got to find one here. Already trailing 5-9. And this young man from Holmes Chapel lying to. Cookson got to produce a ball in a million and nearly does it. Oh, just gone. That was some ball to play, but Eaton quite confident. He's got a double, and Terry Ashcroft, the referee, confirms it. Well, there's been some marvellous games early, hasn't there, Arthur? Duncan, Burrows, and this young man and young Andy Buckley, but you know, can you believe it? You know, 3 2s on the trot. Who expects to count this sort of stuff against young Cookson, who's a great player?
He is indeed, Harry. This young man, hasn't he, set off like a house on fire. Keeps this up, you know, this could be the shock of the tournament. We've had 1 or 2 in the last few weeks, but what a dream. He's away, this lad. House on fire.
Well, he's finally just aired a little bit, Eaton. Drifted a long way past the jack. Cookson shaking his head. He's just had to compete with 6 real balls. Might go out this, misses the jack. Cookson got a real chance here now to count. Now get back in the match. Still having another look at these Cookson. One he's got for certain, and the other one goes in front of the stewards. It's string time. He's hitching his trousers up here, Arthur, and by God, he'll have to hitch them a little bit higher as well, but the way this young lad Eaton's playing.
Yes, this is a vital measure, isn't it? Ones, you can keep them down to ones, you're not so bad, but when you let them in with a double, he only wants 3 doubles and he's with him, so it's a crucial measure for young Robert. Only one, I think. Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Go on to it. Okay, go on.
Just a minute, there's a query there at Cookson. Cookson, quite right, really, he's quite entitled to question the referee. Terry Ashcroft does a great job, quite emphatic, it's a dead end, he can't split them.
Still no end. No end.
That was second measure, and he still declares a dead heat.
Cookson, 1.
The referee there handled that very, very well. Measured it again on request, doesn't have to do, but keeps the spirit of the game going in the right way. It's 1 to Cookson and a dead heat. Lovely road, but very wayward. Nothing like a length. 5 foot short of the jack. Cookson now looking to get a bit of a run with this jack. He certainly needs it. Played a wayward ball. Chance. Big chance. Oh, he's run right into the back of it. The one thing he didn't want to happen, a certain winner going in, but Cookson appreciative there. There's Alan Thompson just adjusting his collar there in yellow at the end of those 3 people, the 2 in red, and Alan Thompson, the Yorkshireman, knows what it's like to be in at the finish here. Led one, Cookson. He's trying to get his game together now. Listen, the crowd tipping this. New ball just arrived. Eaton again. Playing some marvellous stuff here. Can't win. This young man, Eaton, is playing with such maturity. He's playing as though he's been playing here for about 15 or 20 years.
Eaton, 1.
There's Rick Eaton of Marsh Lane Farm at Holmes Chapel. I saw his father at lunchtime. He told me that definitely all the cows will be watching the television this afternoon. He's given them instructions. Everybody round Holmes Chapel will be glued to the telly. Cookson again, a good road, but just left it short. Eaton taking all this in with remarkable calm. He's not buckling at all. Might just sneak another if it runs another inch or 2. Just crept in the crypt, I think that. Yes, no doubt Terry Ashcroft up there behind the jack. Danger. Big danger, won it. If it gets, oh, he just got a rub. Might be a string job. Could well be second. Eaton has a look, yes. Ask for the string. It's Terry Ashcroft. A look at the end.
Don't know again.
There's another interested spectators there. I'm sure they're all absolutely delighted to see these 2 men in the semi-final, because Eaton in particular is a brand newcomer really to the big time. Cookson has been around for some years.
Yes.
Excellent player, won some big stuff, Cookson. But this young man is going to give them all a lot of trouble in the future, the way he's played in this competition.
Go back on that.
Bit tight, this.
Cookson. Cookson! 1. Cookson! 1.
Still got 4 chalks to play with here. Young Eaton, who's 12, and Glyn Cookson, after having a wonderful first heat in the quarter-finals to beat Andrew Buckley. Now trying to pick the game up again, and he does that. Certainly plays with a tremendous air of confidence, this lad Eaton. Roundabout, but second. In a handy position there if Cookson doesn't count another. Certainly far enough.
No doubt.
Informed young Robert Eaton that he's 2 down and 1 ball to play. Certainly played hard. He's gone on top. He's missed the road. Might take the side ball out. No. Just gone by and left a double.
Cookson, 2.
Cookson now realises he's got something of a job on his hands with this young man, Eaton. And he started playing, get his head down now and do some real hard playing at this game to get rid of this lad, because he set him quite a number of problems. And here's the reason why coming up. Promptly beats Cookson's lead.
No doubt.
Cookson got to do it again now. Short. Died. No legs, didn't never look like getting there. Yard short.
Right, Glyn. Eaton, 1.
Good length, but a fair width. Just missed the road a little bit. Certainly a better road. If it runs far enough, this will be a good ball when it's finished.
Cookson.
That's won it. High enough again. High enough again, but he might just drop if he's far enough, but he's left it on the mat. Oh, two wayward balls there from Eaton.
Cookson, 2.
Nice double there for Cookson, just at the right time. There's Cookson, been a Cheshire County player for 10 years and he's only 29 now, so I'm going to give you some idea that this lad's been playing top class balls for over a decade. Played a yard short this year. He won the Cheshire Merit and the Vaux competition at Oldham. Funny angle. May have just died.
Yeah.
Got to be far enough, and he's played at it. Stops anywhere it wins. Stops anywhere it wins. A very good ball. He couldn't hit the short balls. He could have promoted Cookson. So he took a chance on playing a length on the bottom side and got away with it. Robert Eaton in blue, a young man, 24 years of age, been playing 10 years and has yet to win a major honour, but he certainly won a major share of the supporters here. A wonderful performance in what is the premier competition going in Crown Green Bowls singles competitions. Cookson narrow then, and ball whipping away down the hill. The land a bit quick down there. You don't have to be too far past the jack, otherwise it goes on and on forevermore. Have to be stopping, else it'll go a fair way. Way ball, won it. Stands a double now. Chances, unless it goes out. Misses the back ball, it'll go.
One, yeah.
Taking the
One.
Middle ball.
Eaton. One.
Eaton quite happy, accepts one chalk. Eaton led out along the far side of the green, just below the north stand. It's left it a little bit short. It looks a fair ball, but in actual fact it's about 3.5 foot off the jack. Cookson got to lick it. Certainly wins with a clear run this. Oh, it's dragged its feet, but it's only just got in. Can't lose, surely. Can't lose. Chance, unless it's gone round the back and out. Some anxious spectators.
No, I don't think so. One down, I think, then. Yeah. Eaton, one!
Yes, Cookson there, just a little bit overplayed. It hung out and didn't get in the frame. Again, this Eaton had another very useful ball. Cookson must be beginning to wonder now when this lad's going to give him some sort of room to work in. He's having to play good balls, Cookson, all the time, and he's done one here. Real and big applause. Brilliant ball. Interesting to watch Eaton here. Just see what he does. Goes in the other way, a little bit quick. He's trying to whip it out. Listen to the bubble now. No, he's gone on the bottom side and out. Cookson knows he's a few at the back. He's got to try and play and get another here. And he won't be far off. Just hung out.
One. Cookson, one.
Long way, this mark, about 50 yards. This young man, 24 years of age, Rob Eaton. Just died. Only a roll short of counting.
You're in.
Cookson asking for information, doesn't know. Asking again. Wants to know just what sort of things he's got to do. And J Ashcroft on immediately. played a no ball. Absolute no ball, lad. I think he got in two minds there, Cookson. He asked for a lot of instructions, who was on, and I don't think he got a really positive answer back, because sometimes the crowd do that. There's one here. There's one here with a bit of a chance. Just being the bottom, stuck too low. Good length, but I don't think it's got in the frame. Likes his own.
I forgot about the noise, Glyn. You know, you can't hear it. Yes, Pegs. Sorry, Rob.
Here's the measurement. Eric Garth on the left and Peter Lawrenson on the right. Look, two bonny lads are for them.
Good couple of front row forwards, Harry, there.
Yes. Cookson! Cookson! One!
Well, Arthur, with all due respect, I think that Cookson trailing by 2 at the moment. He never thought he'd have this sort of a tussle with this lad, really, I think. Honestly, I think he thought that perhaps a bit more experience would have seen him through, but it's a different story, isn't it?
Yes, I'm sure you're right, Harry. I think Glyn thought he'd probably got an easier passage than what he's getting at. Good lead, marvellous ball from Glyn. Long way in these corners.
Some sort of a chance, this ball, if it stops. Might just go now. It's gone. Gone. In the ditch. Just a little bit on the bottom side there, Eaton. Cookson looking for the territory to get him out of trouble, and not only get him out of trouble, but get him up to 21. That's the score he needs to get into the semi-final. A bit handy there, they want licking. Difficult corner. Listen to the crowd, they'll pick this one up, they'll criticise it or praise it, whatever. This lad's running on and on and on. Has it got a chance? Can it do a bit more? God, it's just died. Oh, what a ball. Oh, Arthur, that would have really got some applause, wouldn't it? If that ball had accounted, I don't think there's a decision yet, but what applause if that had gone in.
Yes, I think the crowd gave us a good indication there as it was just dying. Yes. But what a ball as it would have been. Now then, this is where the nerves are starting jingling a little bit. Back into this long corner, 65, 70 yards almost if it goes right in the corner.
Cookson now, he knows he's got him with a bit of a squeak now. And this young man Eaton has a superb heat. Cookson far enough, goes steaming past the jack. The big yard. Cookson just lost his length a little bit coming back this way, but this young man Eaton gets him away without any trouble, but it's short. Beautiful road. Let's give up. Cookson's looks well past, but it's counting at the moment. Gets another. Ooh, chances, clear run in, it's won it, what a ball! Oh, marvellous. Look at the crowd there rising to this young man. Cookson must be wondering, Arthur, just when this lad's going to buckle enough to give him a chance to get in front, because he's not hit the front yet in this heat.
What a ball, Harry, that was, wasn't it? That shows a bit of character from this lad. My word, that was a winner if ever I've seen one this morning.
Cookson just picked up the jack with that last ball. Perhaps a bit of a lucky rub, but this lad's attacking the jack again. Might win it if it's clean. Oh, lucky, I think. I don't know. It looks as though it may have counted, but they're all anxiously waiting there, the crowd, and Terry Ashcroft, the referee.
Very little in them, Glyn.
Close, another measure, dead heat, or whatever. Everybody anxious to know what's going off. And they're both going to have a look now. Eaton is already up there, and Cookson. There's the two balls in question. Cookson definitely looks second from here on this picture, but the angle from there now gives a good picture from the question of how far they are off the jack exactly. Eaton on the left and Cookson on the right. The red spot. Very interesting to see what Cookson does with this second ball. He plays through at the end. He'll obviously fancy Eaton's wood. Just tries to play a dead ball or touch his own an inch. That's what he's after. And done it. Oh, that was a wonderful ball. Yes, wonderful ball that from Cookson. Exactly right. Right weight, pace far enough, and 2 on the card. About that, needs a good ball to lick it, but this lad's been doing it fairly regularly throughout the heat and nearly done it again here. This he's pulled another one out, Eaton. Another one of the good companions special. That's the club he plays for him, Holmes Chapel. That's a real good companion, that. And Cookson now trying to lick it. He's on the bottom side. Bound to go down now. Can't come any nearer. Eaton again, hit back. beautiful road, but well short. Happy with one and the jack. Goes back in front, Eaton by one chalk, 18-17. One here on its way to Bangkok, Arthur. Put it miles up in the air. It's pegging, but well short, a mile away. Bad lead, that from Eaton. Not like him at all. His big thing has been real consistency. Cookson trying to find one. If he comes across the front of that jack, he might go a little bit. No, good ball. Bad lead could cost Eaton this game. After he's played so tight and so well, certainly far enough. He'll have to hit something. The jack clean, and he does it. Oh, he shrubbed it, rocked it, and then went by. Oh, that could have been disastrous for Cookson if he'd have carried the jack cleanly. Cookson gets a double here and goes in front. Would you believe, for the first time? 1918. Cookson now in a position to win. It's the first time in the match he's been in front, and there's young Robert Eaton, who's pulled trees up. Performed marvellously, made a name for himself, and conducted himself marvellously. A real good advert for the younger people in the game. Here's another young man that's also, although he's an established player, been a credit to the game throughout the match. All of a sudden gone to sleep. Having a kip this end won't do any good. This man's likely to step in. Eaton far enough, got to miss the short ball. Well, got a rub, both a long way off. And knitting the jersey of honour there for the winner, Arthur. I don't know if that's anything to do with it, but it was pink. Another rambling ball. Oh, disastrous end here by Cookson. He's shaking his head and looking at the crowd. Eaton now can count a double here. It takes him to 20, and he's got to find one good ball to get out. No doubt to brace. Again, this young man has come bursting through. A wry smile. Now he wants a good lead.
Harry, I would love to see the face of this young fella's father at this very moment. Oh.
Played one roundabout. Oh yes, that'll do for a start. Just 10 inches off the jack. Cookson got this one to lick. gone out. Now the problem's piling up now for Glyn Cookson. And here's the lad who's turned the form book upside down and done it by good crown green bowling skills. One played a fair ball. He's left it just short. Tragic that, because if Cookson can winkle this ball out, it'd be 20 apiece. Certainly had a go at it.
Too low, Robert.
Weighed in, this young man. 24 years of age, has come into the sweep at about 3,000 to 1, and they can't get rid of him. Beating Glyn Cookson, also of Cheshire, 21-19.
So Rob Eaton, the youthful-looking farmer from Holmes Chapel, the victor 21-19 over the very much fancied Glyn Cookson, which leaves us now with just the second semi-final to resolve. The man going for a record third victory in the Waterloo, Burrows Duncan versus Jack Ashcroft. Quite a contrast here. Burrows Duncan has won every prize in the game, whereas Jack Ashcroft, though he's a senior bowler, hasn't really a major title to his name. Let's get on now with that second semi-final. It's Ashcroft to lead. Let's go to Harry Rigby for the commentary.
Jack Ashcroft opened up in this second semi-final. The Waterloo with the lead about 2.5 foot past the Jack.
Duncan
asking confirmation, and Terry Ashcroft, the referee, providing it. Ashcroft acknowledges Terry Ashcroft, his namesake, has declared his ball in.
Duncan won.
Duncan played through and took his own ball forward to count the end. That's Duncan on 4. He originally started on 3. That's the mark he carries for winning the title last year, where he drops 2 chalks. And Jack Ashcroft on 5. The game 21 up.
Just like that. Certain that, Jack. That's certain.
Won it back, Duncan.
No danger. You're 2 foot short.
Minutes, pull one out of the bag there. Ashcroft. Ashcroft waiting inquiringly. There's Terry Ashcroft, the referee, and declares that Duncan's ball is in, no doubt. Still on the bottom. Two to Duncan.
Duncan, 2.
Seems to me, Arthur, that every time Ashcroft gets in and leads, whatever sort of distance he leaves Duncan, he always steps in and licks it, doesn't he?
Yes, Harry, I was a bit surprised that Jack picked that kind of a mark. I hope he's not going to fall into the trap to try and pick marks to beat Brian. He's got to play his own game, play his own normal kind of a mark and put him close and let Brian do the worry about beating them. Don't try and pick marks that he thinks he beat Brian on. Little silly marks, as we call them in this game.
Duncan, 2.
Duncan picked another double up. Now goes in front 8-6. A bit close from a long way. Just short and on the bottom side there, Ashcroft. Played another one, Duncan. As you remarked earlier on, Arthur, he was practicing on the green before the start of these matches, and you made some comment about his accuracy then.
I did indeed, Harry. He was putting them so close, I thought the other three might have seen them and gone home, to be quite honest. But here we are. What about this one of Jack's? Just died. Probably saved one.
Can we move that one, Jack?
As the crowd anxious again to find out who's on. Duncan's certainly got one, and there'll be people there making their own observations and saying one's on easy and one isn't on. And A few more rows of experts there, maybe their chance has already gone out of the sweep.
Oh.
Here's the measurers
On there.
at
Yes.
work.
Oh. This ball's in. Duncan, 1.
Fifth end, Duncan had certainly pulled back his handicap. Of course, he started 2 chalks in deficit, 9-6 he was in front, but we can now leap forward. Clash was beginning to tell. Duncan was motoring away. At the 15th end, he was 27 in front.
Duncan just 1 point off a place in the final. Leads the ball about 2 foot past the jack from about 65 yards. Ashcroft died short. Duncan now poised. Oh, brilliant ball. 2 good balls again. Got to find a real ball here, Ashcroft. Give it some sort of a chance, this. It's on the top side. Just died. I'd have just drawn it almost level.
To Duckenfield for the final of the biggest bowling handicap in Crown Green, the Waterloo.
There's just 1 match left in the Waterloo Championship of 1987. The contenders, Rob Eaton, a young farmer from Holmes Chapel, against Brian Duncan, the champion from Preston. Well, a very good evening to you from Blackpool. We'll have live coverage very shortly of that final, in which Brian Duncan is bidding to become the first man in the history of this game to win the Waterloo 3 times. Well, with me is a man who's won it not 3 times, obviously, but twice, Arthur Murray. Arthur, it's going to be plain sailing for Brian Duncan, isn't it?
All the betting would indicate this, Richard, yes. Robert is receiving 2 starts, and you can still get 4-1 on the heat, Robert. So the wise men of this game, all the bookies, they say he's got no chance.
But the form of Brian Duncan, you've watched him over the games, has been really ominous, hasn't it?
Oh yes, he's gone better and better every game he's played. And he's just punished J Ashcroft in the semi-final and looked unbeatable, really. So Robert's got his hands full.
Yes, Brian's won everything there is to win. Do you think that it's important to him to be the first man to win this 3 times?
Oh, very important, yes. Yes, I'm sure he's got his sights on that. At this very moment, I'm sure he's thinking about that.
Yeah. Could that actually bring him down, do you think, or not?
No, I think it's just going to lift him. I think he's just going to go better and better.
Yeah, his results, obviously, there we see the last 16, Boston, he beat Boston 21-15. And then, of course, that terrific game against N Burrows.
Yes, to give 2 starts to Noel and still beat him by 3, which is beating him by 5, is an achievement, because Noel has played very, very well in the last couple of weeks.
It's going to be an amazing contrast, because Rob Eaton has won nothing to speak of, has he?
Not really, no. He's one of the up-and-coming young brigade, and he's just come on the scene very, very quietly in the last 12 months. I'm sure he'll feel very, very pleased with himself getting this far.
Do you think that temperament will be Rob Eaton's problem?
Well, he's looked very cool and calm, hasn't he, in the semi-final? So, no, I think he's going to acquit himself very well, the lad.
What was his best result, do you think, there? Surely that game against Cookson in the semi-final.
Well, yes, but I think he did a feat, really, when he beat Phil Scott. For me, that was in the last 16. I thought that was his best performance.
what we want to see most of all is a good game, isn't it?
We do indeed, a very good game, and I think we'll all go home happy.
Yes. Well, the scene's set. I mean, the weather's been very kind to us. Everybody's full of anticipation.
Yes, and the green's in beautiful condition, isn't it? I think it's better probably now than it's been for the last few years. So everything's set for a good game.
Well, it certainly got a good watering last night. Well, we can begin now to start to think about this final of the Waterloo Championship for 1987. The commentary will be from Harry Rigby, but let's first of all go down to the green for the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the final of the 1987 Greenall-Whitley Waterloo Handicap after over 2,000 games have been played on this green since early July. May I introduce a young man from Holmes Chapel who has bowled superbly over the last 3 days, Robert Eaton. And his opponent, who has bowled impeccably over these latter stages, a gentleman who has the opportunity of making history this afternoon by winning the Waterloo Handicap for the 3rd time. From Lostock Hall, Preston, Burrows Duncan. Burrows Duncan leading out.
Well, the start of the final of the Waterloo, the 79th final between Burrows Duncan of 3, the current holder of the title, and he plays a young man, Robert Eaton, who's turned the form book upside down. Eaton on 5 and in pink, Duncan in blue, and leads his usual impeccable ball. Robert Eaton down. Can he score at the first end? So vital to get in and get hold of this jack. Let's give it some sort of a chance. A big cheer for this one. And he's done it again. Crowd absolutely delirious here. They're all rooting for this young man from Holmes Chapel, Robert Eaton. The Good Companions Bowling Club in Cheshire. Robert Eaton playing superbly, no sign of nerves. The pressure really piled on this lad, but it's made no difference. Duncan knowing he mustn't relax. He's 3 behind at the moment. Certainly a much better road, Duncan. Now he's padding after this ball, expects it to count, but it might die short. Won it, just crawled in there, tacks it in. 1 to Duncan. Duncan now back onto the mark. Comes in the corner so he can go on a long ride into the country. Young Eaton comes for the country, but he'll see plenty of it playing Duncan. Duncan's wrapped one up against the jack. Well wide. Duncan looking to get back level and then start pulling away from this young man from Cheshire. Asking Eaton, just wanted to know what the score was at the other end with regard to the woods lying. He's played at this ball. Not a mile away from hitting the jack. Listen, he's done it. Oh, lucky, what an unlucky ball. Would you believe that? He played an absolutely perfect wood there to sit Duncan out clean and ran the ball into the jack and left Duncan in.
Well, it was inevitable that after winning that end, Brian Duncan would seek out the far corner. He's going to do what he likes to do best, and that's play his opponent over the longest distance possible.
Well, it's a fair width, but nearly a length, over a long way. This young man sent one. All right, not a lot wrong with this. Again, he's played another real ball. This young man, Robert Eaton. This crowd have really taken to this 24-year-old man, but Duncan, that won't flap at all. Play one. Oh, that's won it. Duncan in with a reply. Smiles there, put his hand up. Arthur, I wonder whether young Robert can stand these sort of blows and replies from Duncan.
Well, that was a real one of Duncan's again, Harry, wasn't it? You know, young Roberts played a real ball. Hello. Aye, aye. What's happened? Well,
that's amazing. I mean, it was a repeat of the previous end. The most stunning accuracy from Robert Eaton, but he gets nothing for it.
Come on, Robert, lad.
Duncan's played some cracking balls, but this lad's frightening him to death. Duncan will expect at least a little bit of respect from this young Cheshire farmer, but he keeps playing balls, snapping round Duncan all the time, round the jack, tapping the balls, accurate. Again, oh, listen to the applause for this. Oh, wonderful. Absolutely marvellous. Oh, wrapped the ball, turned it over. Young Robert Eaton not perturbed at all.
Doesn't want to make a mess of it now, Harry, Robert Eaton, does he?
Oh, he wants to get hold of that jack. Not far off counting another. Just cocks his finger up there with all the confidence in the world, this young man. Well, I bet they never thought they'd see a young man like this come through. Unheard of. 2000 to 1. Cocked his eyebrows up there, Eaton. He's just trying to think who could send a ball like that after some of the stuff that he's played, but Duncan just carries on in the same old way, smack on the road, round about the jack.
Look at that, both counting to Brian Duncan, and really, Robert Eaton made a mess of that end. Could be made to pay for that by Brian Duncan. Eaton's 2 woods, both well wide. Duncan's played another good ball, customary standard ball round about the jack. This young man's been beating them. Done it again. Far enough, trying to get this ball out might be a bit too low. It'll peg enough. Can it touch it? Done it! Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant. This Duncan's stepping it up a gear. He's got to do, because this young man is fighting every inch of the way. Just gone out on the bottom side. There's Duncan, certainly having to work hard here, Arthur, for the Chalks.
Indeed, Harry. 10-7 down, young Robert, and he's only just played one bad end, hasn't he? He's played 4 marvellous ends and not counted.
Well wide. Duncan knows full well that he can't afford to relax against this young man. Duncan starts spreading them a little bit. This lad's likely to be in. Crowd already buzzing. Gone a long way. Played one roundabout again, Duncan. Made that second ball do the work. And here's young Robert Eaton. immediately start buzzing if Duncan plays a bowler yard short. They expect this lad to lick it, and that's what he's doing now. Right to the jack. And gets the applause. Duncan off again, busy. Knows he can't afford to slip up against this lad Eaton. Got to run. Got to run. Just short. Beautiful road. You know, considering, Arthur, that he's playing almost at full corners against the master in the game. This lad's played some absolutely wonderful stuff.
Yes, there's a man who wishes he was on that green at this very moment in time. Played very, very well again, Brian. N Burrows, that's the man with the red shirt.
Well, we'll see what Rob Eaton can make of this, because last time he led the jack, he made a hash of it.
Done well, that ball. It's waddling about there, trying to pull up. A little bit too far, though. Duncan should punish him for this. It's a big yard past the jack. Duncan coming down the hill, can't lose. Stops level, dead length. Murmur with the crowd. Travelling again. Gone out too far. Very disappointed there, Robert Eaton. Normally played an impeccable length. Can Eaton do it yet again? Repeatedly beating Duncan's lead in this bottom corner. Misses the ball, and he's done it again. Oh, done it! Terrific cheer from the crowd as Duncan bangs into the back of the Eaton ball. Terrific. Arthur, he even had the skill and the knowledge to lift the ball up and play a dead length just off the road.
Indeed, Harry, after playing a bad end last end, he's come back there with 2. Duncan 12, Eaton 10.
Really good lead from Eaton. Duncan got this one to lick. And done it. There's the reply. Like putting the car in the garage. Just backed it in round a short space. Pulled up. That was a critical ball by Duncan there, Arthur. That beating that good lead just takes the pressure off him a little bit. Can he get a double? And he does. Brilliant.
And that's another typical Duncan Wood. Give him a half a chance for two and he steps in. This is the man who gets them in twos. Makes the game look easy.
Again Duncan, again short. Always giving this young man a chance to get in, and so far he's done it all the time. Duncan's already been up there on the left and the bottom corner. Had a look at the end and not decided yet. It's not decided this. This young man might get a couple here if he counts this. That's a winner. And the others are up for a photograph. Might have the string. Lovely. Very confident, this young man, Arthur, isn't he? Eaton. Not letting the situation or the occasion get to him.
No, he's looking very, very relaxed at the moment, Harry, isn't he? Handling the situation very, very well. There he is. Just letting a bit of fresh air into the nostrils.
Yes, just a single to Rob Eaton. That was the result of the measure. Rob Eaton 11, Brian Duncan leading on 14.
Young man, Robert Eaton, 24 years of age. Just a year older than the youngest man ever to win the Waterloo, who was Jack Rothwell. Did the job in 1914, would you believe, at the age of 23. Running, keep going, keep going. It's dropping away into the bottom.
Robert. Duncan, 2.
And that's been Rob Eaton's difficulty, Harry, through this game so far. He's not, when he's had the jack, he's not really made full profit from it, has he?
No, you can't do that. Arthur pointed this out earlier on, you know, that the difference with Duncan is if you give him a little bit of leeway, he doesn't just scratch a few ones together. Look at the card, he's already pegged 4 2s against Robert Eaton's 1 2. You know, and that's the difference in the two players. And Robert here in pink has produced some magnificent singles to lick good balls, but Duncan keeps pitching them killer doubles in all the time. Duncan in full flight. Certainly wants to get this one far enough. It's going down the hill again. Running on. Gets another 2 more absolute killer balls down. They want licking. Very difficult mark. And there's the crowd now realizing they may be seeing history in the making. Now, can he run and bring the house down if he can get on the card with this?
Duncan, 2.
Duncan there now must be poised to become the first man ever to win this title 3 times. He won it in 1979, beating Alan Broadhurst, another Wigan man, lives at Aspel. And he won it again last year, beating Jeff Sykes from Yorkshire. And this year it looks as though he's going to do the hat trick by beating a young man from Cheshire who's been an absolute sensation of this handicap, and there he is, Robert Eaton. Duncan, another inevitable double. Looks like getting the big ovation. He's short now. Roberts just lost his length a little bit. Oh, he's looking away, but there's the young man. He's had an absolutely marvellous tournament. Just failed at the final hurdle, but who could be expected to shift this man Duncan? Duncan looking for one. Good lead. Good lead, that. Again, a difficult mark down the hill. To be stopping, have to stops in the bottom, nearly in the ditch. Just staggering along, and off it goes. Duncan now just poised, waiting for the accolade. The first man ever to win this title 3 times. Lie's game. The young man from Holmes Chapel in Cheshire has astounded everybody here with his wonderful play. Playing out. Oh, just missed and gone through the gap. And Brian Duncan has weighed in to win the Waterloo for the 3rd time, beating Robert Eaton from Holmes Chapel in Cheshire, 21-11. It's been an absolutely magnificent achievement by Duncan, and even so, 3 times a winner. He's shaking hands now with Robert Eaton, and I'm sure, Arthur, you must feel like me that this lad's done himself, his family and bowling proud.
Oh, indeed, Harry, but once again, isn't it, Brian proving to everyone just what a great bowler he is, you know, to give them all 2 start. I remember when I did it, you know, and they said, can it be done again? I said, this man Duncan, he can do it 2 or 3 times. He's just proved what he is, the #1 bowler. But as you say, all credit to young Rob Eaton. He's played a blinder, hasn't he, the lad?
Well, just let's have a look now at the end, the final end that brings Duncan with 3 titles. Leading out, he's again going into the opposite corner this time, Arthur. A bit unusual, he should finish away from the cabbage patch.
Yes, but this is a marker that also favours Harry. It's a difficult one, as we all know, down in that bottom corner. And he plays just on top, as you can see, on it. It slips back all the way. A real good wood.
So now he's poised to pick up the 3 titles, and young Robert Eaton got it all to do, and Robert's down now, knowing almost certainly that his chance of being a Waterloo champion at 24 is slipping away. Down in the bottom.
Yes, you see, it's a mark where you can't get underneath the block, Harry. They just slip away. You've got to play on top of the wood.
Here's Duncan now. He'll be sending the 2nd ball. And this is the clincher. It's just interesting to watch that Robert Eaton here playing right to the death, plays a ball that he puts everything into it, tries to count. You just watch this ball, you'll see that this young man from Holmes Chapel has kept bowling right to the end, plays up, tries to count.
Slips
Only
away.
just misses the winner and goes out to leave Duncan the title holder. And there's Brian just tidying up round the back, waiting for young Robert to come along. There's the crowd with the reception, befitting a real champion. Great champion indeed, Duncan. The #1 player without doubt. And there he goes. Now waiting, all the plaudits. There's N Burrows shaking hands now with Duncan.
Well, the crowd have left their seats and gathered round on this precious turf in the glorious evening sunshine for the presentations, which will take place shortly. There's a slight pause because we're still short of one of the semi-finalists, because the prizes are made, the presentation is made on the green to all the semi-finalists, the runner-up, and of course the champion for 1987.
N Cookson, please.
They're the men who probably wish that they were in this position. With Brian Duncan there on his right is young Robert Eaton, who really enchanted this crowd with his play throughout the tournament in the pink shirt. Unfortunately, his game rather found him wanting towards the end of that final. And on the other side of Brian Duncan, J Ashcroft from Wigan, one of the semi-finalists. But now Jack Lee, the bowling manager at the Waterloo, introduces the presentations.
I said, the King has done it. This year, I've got to say, the King has defended his throne in a marvellous fashion, because throughout the tournament, I have never seen him have a bad game. One game went to 21-20, but he was always in charge. I also asked many a time, who's going to win it, Jack? And I say many a time, well, somebody has got to beat Brian. But I also say that the younger element coming along are frightening. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, I think you will agree with me that in the hands of these youngsters, Roberts and maybe younger than him, our grain of Crown Green Bowls is safe for many, many years to come. And that's enough from me, so I'd look to call on the Mayor of Blackpool to present the 2 cheques for the runner-up to semi-finalists, please. First, to J Ashcroft, a cheque for £750.
Mayor of Blackpool, Councillor Leo Pomfret.
To Glyn Cookson, if you're here, have you arrived? Right.
Glyn Cookson still absent, the other semi-finalist.
He's here behind us. Here
There he is, fighting his way through the crowd. Yes, there's no point in going without the money.
To the
Now the
runner-up,
cups.
a worthy runner-up, a lad that should receive a standing ovation for his courage and fortitude in reaching this final. R Eaton.
The farmer from Holmes Chapel, delighted with his performance, and he's delighted the crowd as well.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Peter Greenall, the chairman of the retail division of Greenall Whitley, will present the trophy and a cheque for £2,500 to the King, Burrows Duncan.
For this year, the best man in Crown Green bowling, the Waterloo champion for 1987, and for 3 times previously, Burrows Duncan. Well, he's won it 3 times, but it's never an occasion that becomes routine. Richard going?
The record 3rd timer.
Well, I think Brian has a few words to say.
It's very nice to be standing in with it the 3rd time. I mean, within any disrespect, I don't like what it feels like to lose, because it must be awful in the final. I mean, Rose played a marvellous game all day, and like he said to me before, he's a lot of years in front of him, and I'm getting like an old man, I think. But anyway, I'm very honoured to win it, and hope next year I might be stood here receiving the same trophy. Thanks a lot.
Well done, Brian. Congratulations. And just tell us, that was the 3rd time. Was it sweeter than the previous 2?
I think it was harder, actually, because I was probably a bit more determined, and I wanted to win it, really, and probably put a bit more pressure on myself because I really wanted to win.
You must have been delighted with the form and the way that you played throughout this championship this year.
I've played very well all the way through, and I think in the final I just didn't lead as well as I've been doing, and I thought, oh, here we go again, like. But I think the same thing, he wasn't leading, and it was just a matter of who led at the finish, I think would win it.
What was the hardest game that you played, do you think?
Well, I would say the best game I played was against Knoll. Like, I won a game 21-20, I think, in the 4th round, but I didn't play as well as what I played against Knoll, and I only just scraped home against Knoll.
What about these young players? I mean, you've beaten one of the up-and-coming young players in the final. I mean, it's good for the state of the game, isn't it?
Oh, it's certainly good for the game. I mean, there's a hell of a lot of good young players now, and like Jack was saying before, I mean, the more young ones they play, and obviously Crown Green Bowls are going to prosper in the years to come.
Yeah, well, you're the first man to have won it 3 times. Does that now give you another target, do you think, Brian?
It gives me another target, but I think it's going to be very hard. I'll have to see what the handicap is next year.
What sort of reaction you get when you're playing away from the Waterloo? I mean, you're obviously the man to beat everywhere now, aren't you? I mean, but mind you, it's been the same for a while in your case.
Yeah, well, it has really, and I don't mind that. I mean, but it's when you come to the Waterloo, I think it's something special, and you want to do well, and when you get to the last 8, I think you really want it like everybody else. They all want to win it.
Did you sense in that final the great deal of sympathy that there was for Rob, and a great deal of support?
Well, I knew that. I could tell when we walked on the green, like, and they announced his name, like, they all clapped him, which is a young lad. I mean, it's the same in any sport. They all like to see the young lads do well.
Yes. We'll see you again next year, I imagine.
We hope so. I hope I'm stood here next year, but you never know. I might be stood there watching next year, but I won't mind.
Well, there's 2,000 people might try to make sure that you don't come back next year.
Well, that's it. I mean, I suppose the handicap next year might handicap a bit more, but they're all hard to win, and there's a lot of good players, so you've just got to be on peak form all the time, or else you're going to get beat.
Well done, Brian. Congratulations again. There's some people here who want to take some photographs of you, so we'll release you. Well done.
Thanks a lot.
Right, where's Jack? Jack Lee, the bowling manager for the Waterloo, the man who makes it all possible, right?
I would like to think so, but I have a hell of a lot of helpers, you know, throughout the season. It's not a one-man job. My staff, they're wonderful, right down from the markers, the two-bar, everybody, you know. They
in championship terms, Jack, it's been a good one this year. We always say it's been a good one, but it seemed to me to be very satisfactory, particularly in terms of play over 2 days.
Yes, the most important thing is the green has stuck up well to the atrocious weather conditions that we've had during this year. It doesn't seem possible, really. The 8 years that I've been here, I've watered the green, or had occasions to water the green on maybe 10, 15 occasions during the year, which is average. This year, I don't even know where my watering tackle is. I've never had the chance at all. Not once have I watered this green this year.
Well, it certainly done no harm, because, I mean, it's like an absolute carpet, isn't it? It's perfect.
You only get out of a thing what you put into it, Richard, and I'm grateful to the horticultural department of the brewery. They do a marvellous job for me in looking after it and maintaining it in the condition that it is.
Yeah. I noticed that you take great pains to call Brian Duncan the king. I mean, you're a fan of his, aren't you?
I've been a fan of Brian's a long, long while, and I do really think he's #1. And everybody's got to beat him. I mean, N Burrows, for me, he's #2, but look what he did to Noel today. He devastated him, really, no matter what Noel did. He seems to be able to go into overdrive whenever he wants to, Brian, you know, and he is the king.
But you take great pleasure from the young lads like Rob Eaton coming through as well.
I do. The junior Waterloo final, which took place on Sunday a fortnight ago, I had 310 under 18 from aged 8 up to 18, and they played through, and in the last 64 on the Sunday, a lad of 17 won it, but he beat a lad of 13. And it was marvellous bowling all day. Real good bowling, not yards and yards away, 6 inches and a foot away.
Well, it's promising stuff, Jack. We've talked a lot about the weather and how this green's been watered, but I'll tell you what, you'll remember 1976, won't you? I mean, was this green ever watered more than that? No. It's called the Water Splash Final. It's Keith Illingworth and Stuart Buckley, and the score, Illingworth leading 14-10. The Water Splash, 1976. Look at this.
Oh, he's walloped it down into the corner. Carroting away there. Really, he's got to go through the big lake, and then he's just a yard by.
There's a moat round this, Jack, Harry.
Yes, and Buckley's ball's just going into it now. Can he make it? No. Not made the clear running through the water.
He seemed to slip as he delivered that.
Short.
Yeah, he slipped as he delivered it. He knew as soon as it left his hand.
Buckley whipping this ball away, trying to get through. Again, he's short. Won't go through the water. got to have pace to get it over that water. Illingworth counts one.
15-10. They're very good facilities here, Harry, aren't they? You could play it in snow and the crowd would be all right, wouldn't they, really?
Yes, you could, sure. They could get 2 Eskimos in the final here in the future. If they get to know about it, they might come. Even.
Doesn't look like the driest summer for years.
Very likely put standpipes up round the green after this match. Oh, it's just made it.
Nudged him out.
Just lodged on the back ball. Illingworth playing again. Oh, what's he done? May have won it. Buckley after this jack. He wants to hit the jack and he's played one. Oh, he's just run Illingworth's ball. The one with the red spot up to the jack.
So poor old Buckley can't get back into this game at all. It's 16-10 for Illingworth. The rain is pouring down. Yeah, you wouldn't... To look at poor old Buckley, he's got enough on his mind to not worry about the rain.
Illingworth. Down into the corner again. Through, up to the jack. There's Buckley, walloped it out. Got to get this ball through Lake Blackpool, which you see just in front of the jack. But it's gone. Runaway ball. Clear the water.
Come on, Buckley. Come on, Buckley. Let's see you put one in here.
Missed that ball. Oh, jibed off it. May have saved one.
Well, that's one way of keeping dry. Some great headgear here, Harry. Look at that rain.
Illingworth going on now, throwing this jack out every hand. Rapidly becoming a very short price favourite because the conditions, as bad as they were even at the beginning of the final, have now approached the farcical. Water absolutely pouring down, gallons and gallons by the second. And there's the second one of Illingworth's. Can it run? Pinch another? Just give up. Buckley walloped this ball out. Run away. Oh, stop dead.
Nearly gave him two, just managed to escape it. He shakes his head, he knows he's lost another one, and the score is now 18-10, and the game fast being washed out for poor old Buckley. Fortune favours the brave, and I think Illingworth has punched that little bit harder and really put power behind his woods.
Buckley
tried not to be too delicate.
Yeah, Buckley miles adrift now, 10-18. He's really got to perform a miracle. He's got to perform a miracle equal to the parting of the waters in the Red Sea to win this one, Buckley. I think the first prize of £1,000 also includes the water rights for Blackpool for next year, Collins. Run on ball. Won it. Oh, he's let it slip. No chance, almost dropped it out of his hand now. Buckley, a bit of hope for this lad from Chadderton. There he goes, plays for Coleshire Park, this lad, Lancashire County. And he's counted a double.
Well, will that give him hope? Let's hope so. Buckley 12, Illingworth 18. Remember, 21 up for £1,000.
Oh, he's cobbed it out. That's the thing that they do when conditions get very bad on the professional circuit. He started to cob his balls, and he's left it 15 yards short. That's how bad things are on this green. Illingworth will have a job to get it much farther. That's stopped 8 yards. Watch Buckley cob the ball out. There it goes. And he's got some pace on this. He'll win it. Win it now. Good ball. Oh, what a great one.
They really are pitching the wood so it lands about 5 yards ahead of them.
Cobbed it, got the pace of it. Only one.
It's just died on him.
Died short.
Yes, they're pitching the ball so that it's landing and hitting the green for the first time about 5 yards ahead of them. They cannot just bowl, can they, Harry? They've got to pitch it.
This is known as cobbing. It's a northern colloquial term applied to when conditions were ridiculous, such as waterlogged as they are here now, and they pitch the ball forward. I don't think it does the green any good, but it's the only answer under such ridiculous conditions. Watch him now. He flirted this one out up in the air. You see that? Oh, this is absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen this for a long, long time. But it's the only way these lads can get pace on these balls. He's got him a bit nearer anyway. And Illingworth's the same. Walloped it down and it's won it. It might even go out. As ridiculous as it sounds. Could well have won that ball. Buckley now winds himself up and wallop. Oh, he might be short. They know he's short. All the crowd immediately sensed that that ball hadn't been got away.
It slipped out of his hand and he actually bowled it very well.
Illingworth's.
And this
won't do the trip, but might win it. Yes, no doubt.
Well, I think that end really illustrated the conditions these fellas are having to try to play a decent game of bowls in. Both pros, don't forget, both experts, both in the top level of professional bowlers, and they're reduced to almost underhand bowling cricket style. Well, this could be the end. £21 up for £1,000. This is the man who can win it.
Illingworth cobbing the ball out with the red spot, driving its way through the water. Oh, finishing up 3-4 yards short of the jack, and there's Buckley. They know he's short. They've condemned it from hand. He just can't get him any farther. And this is a man that's played for the county, won the Talbot, a great player. It'll give you some idea of the difficult conditions. Well, he's played one this time. A good ball to finish off with, if this counts. Superb
that
one.
Must be the winner. The crowd thinks so. They're all packing up and going off home.
Run on ball. Wade in.
And there he is. There's the champion. There's the winner of the Waterloo, the 69th Waterloo.
Oh, they were tough in those days. Wet, but tough. But in 1987, Burrows Duncan becomes the Waterloo champion for a record third time by beating young R Eaton 21 points to 11. A great championship, a great champion indeed. Burrows Duncan, a sporting man who really enjoyed his triumph here at the Waterloo, and who knows, he may be back again next year. Don't forget that tonight on BBC Two we'll have highlights of the day's play and of course the final at 11:20. But this evening, for now, from Blackpool, I hope you've enjoyed it. Good night.